And one of the guys that came in my third year was a young actor who's about 5 or 6 years older than me, and his name was Christopher Walken. And
Oh,
Chris
wow.
Walken came to play Caligula. And I was the assistant director of Caligula. So I got
This is at the Yale Rep?
at the Yale Rep.
Okay, great. Wow.
And he was starring as Caligula. And I got to hang out with him for a month and watch him create his performance of Caligula on stage at the Yale Rep, but in the rehearsal rooms. So it would just be the director, me, Chris, and somebody else, sometimes for 4 or 5 hours at a time, as he would slowly but surely hone this character and the stuff that he did. And then later, because I was also an actor, I was a spear carrier on stage with him through the whole run of the play. And so I stood with literally with a spear with like a Roman costume on behind the emperor's throne, and I watched Chris Walken create that character. And this is a great play by the French writer Albert Camus. And so all I can tell you is that Chris Walken is a genius, and what he did completely inspired me. And he was the most generous actor to a young actor. All I can say is that he was another role model for me, because I saw what it took to be great. It took constant diligence, constant reading, constant rehearsal, constantly digging. If the director would suggest something, he'd try what the director suggested, but then he would go further than that. And he was never inhibited. He used his intuition to inform everything. And so when the director said, well, at a certain point, Chris, you are Caligula, mate. And the director was English. He said, you've got to kill your girlfriend, Chris. So it says in the script, you could stab her. You want to cut her throat, Chris. And Chris Walken was like, no, man, I don't want to cut her throat. That's been done before. I want to find a new way to do it. So one day in rehearsal, Chris Walken sat behind the woman who was playing his lover, right? A great English and Canadian actor named Nancy Wickwire. And she had a long, long blonde wig on. And he started braiding her wig, braiding it, loving her, caressing her, fondling her, kissing her neck, drinking a glass of wine. And slowly but surely, he took that braid that he made and he wrapped it around her neck. And he said, remember, Susonia, that you too must die. And he snapped her neck, and there was a crack sound that someone would make off stage, and the audience screamed as she twisted like this and convulsed and slipped out from between his legs and slid across the floor dead. And then Chris Walken walked like a crab backwards until he got a goblet of red wine, and then picked it up with his teeth and drank it like this, with the red wine running down his face and onto his white emperor's tunic like blood.
Love it.
And I saw the audience's reaction, like, oh my God, he is insane and he is great. And I thought, yeah, he is. And I know why. Okay. So that's my Chris Walken story.